Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the channel. It is early. I am here to talk about my 2025 goals. It is going to be exciting stuff. You better buckle up because this is epic. No, this is very boring, I'm sure. But I want to talk about how I preface this. You've heard me talk about for weeks that I'm working on my 2025 goals, and I am very, very early in the game. Most people don't release their yearly goals that they have for the upcoming year, probably closer to the start of the year or even into the start of the year. I am being very impatient, and I've been working on these for quite some time, and I have a pretty good solid feel for what I want. I did leave a little room to maneuver things around or add things. You can be the judge of that. You might think this is nuts, but anyways, we're going to get started. How I kind of characterize or categorize this is in two different buckets. I have my reading goals and my video goals. Of my reading goals, I've kind of created three different categories. I have things I want to finish 2025, things I want to continue in 2025, and things I want to start in 2025. That's a lot of tongue twisters. And then on my video goals, I have things I want to continue to do and things I want to start. And so let's jump right into reading goals. Things I want to finish in 2025. I want to finish the Bertie Rodenbar series by Lawrence Block, the Burglar series. I read a couple of the books. I want to start again and reread them and review them on the channel. I also want to continue to read and review the Evan Tanner series by Lawrence Block. Sorry, I had to pay homage to Austin there. And then I want to also read or finish the Corey series. I'm on book 3. I'm almost done with it. I should have that review out later this week. I also want to continue reading Brandon Sanderson. I read Elantris. I really enjoyed it. I want to read, which is on the shelf, Warbreaker and the Mistborn trilogy. I might throw in Tress of the Emerald Sea in there as well. We'll see how that goes. But Brandon Sanderson seems like an author I'm going to enjoy quite a bit. I want to read Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. I have this, I've been looking at this and staring at this for quite some time. I talked to Trav at Trav's Bookshelf. He might be interested in reading it as well, so we might buddy read that in 2025. I want to read more from Guy Gabriel Kay, a Canadian fantasy author. I want to read Tagana. I know Dr. Logan read that recently, enjoyed it. I also want to read his trilogy, The Fionavar Tapestry, and I have 2 of those books that are going to be forthcoming in a book haul. Just spoiler. And then I also want to read the Virgil Flowers series by John Sanford. I read the first couple books. I want to go back and reread them, but they coincide indirectly, and he's one of the main characters that works with Lucas Davenport in his time at the BCA. And so obviously I've read all the Lucas and Letty Davenport stuff. I'm up current with all of that, and I need to get current with Virgil Flowers, and so be on the lookout for that. I want to read and review the Philip Pullman trilogy, his Dark Materials. It's kind of YA, but I want to read it. It's interesting. And then I also want to read the trilogy, the Night Angel trilogy by Brent Weeks. My son read that many years ago and enjoyed it. I want to read and review The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings on the channel. I read those a couple times, but I want to read and review them for you all. And then, we're reading the Sackett series by Louis L'Amour. We should get done with all 17 books. For reading 2 a month, we should be done around the July, August timeframe. So definitely want to continue and finish that out. And then the Jack Reacher series by Lee and Andrew Child. I have book number 26, I believe it is, on the TBR. I just finished a previous entry, The Sentinel. I definitely want to continue on that. There's a new one coming out as well. So I definitely want to finish and get caught up with that. And things I want to continue in 2025, I want to continue reading the Cork O'Connor series by William Kent Kruger. I also want to read Hard Case Crime. I have a bunch of them up there. I've been enjoying getting those and finding those in used bookstores and online, and I really enjoy Hard Case Crime, so I want to continue reading that. And then I want to continue to read the Kingsbridge books by Ken Follett. I read Pillars of the Earth. I want to continue on that series, but they are huge books and a huge investment. I want to continue reading the William Warwick Detective series by Jeffrey Archer. I read the first book, really enjoyed it. Jeffrey Archer is an author I've really started to enjoy. I want to read and review both Michael Crichton and Blake Crouch. Obviously, I'm reading Airframe this week, really enjoying it. It's like the 3rd or 4th time I've read it. I definitely need to read more. I have another Michael Crichton book on the TBR, as well as another Blake Crouch book on the TBR, because I just read Pines, which is the first book in the Wayward Pines trilogy, and really enjoyed them. They're very similar authors, and I enjoy their thriller sci-fi books. I want to continue to read and review classics on the channel. I read Fahrenheit 451 a while back. I want to continue to read those. I picked up Lord of the Flies and Animal Farm. I definitely want to pick up some others, like some Sherlock Holmes, some Ray Bradbury, and just some other classic books and read and review on the channel. It's definitely kind of a subset that I haven't really read and reviewed much or dabbled in, but I've always kind of been interested. So be on the lookout for that. In terms of things I want to start, reading and reviewing more John Grisham on the channel. I'm going to be doing a buddy read of The Guardians with Dr. Logan from Novel Insights, so be on the lookout for that in the coming weeks. I picked up, even though I've read all these books, I picked up the first 8 or 9 books in the Agent Pendergast series by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. I've read all of these. I adore these books. They're very good, and I want to start rereading and reviewing them on the channel, as well as some of my favorite Stephen King books. I want to read and review those on the channel, so be on the lookout for that. I also picked up some books that, on your guys' suggestion, that are probably in my wheelhouse, both the 87th Precinct series by Ed McBain, as well as the Mike Hammer series by Mickey Spillane. And so I want to start reading and reviewing those on the channel, as well as the following authors: Dean Koontz, Joe Nesbo, the Harry Bosch books by Michael Connolly, John Gwynn's fantasy series. I definitely want to start getting to those, as well as Jenny Warts. I read half of her standalone fantasy book, To Ride Hell's Chasm. I stopped. It wasn't because it wasn't good. I just was busy with other things and I never got back to it, so I want to pick that up again. As well as standalone stuff. You all have given me quite a list of standalone stuff, and I do keep tabs on it, so that way when I go to used bookstores or I'm looking for books, that I take a picture of that list so I can take it with me and check out and see if I can find some of the books you recommend. In terms of reading goals, that is it. Now, that may seem like a absolute ton, but there is stuff that I specifically want to finish that's priority. There's stuff I want to continue that's secondary priority, and then third priority is things I want to get a start on. And so that's my reading goals. In terms of video goals, things I want to continue, obviously book reviews, Saturday shorts. I enjoy those. Those are the book reviews are the lifeblood of my channel. The Saturday shorts is a new series I'm really enjoying. I want to continue with the Why You Should Read series, as well as the deep dive character studies. I really enjoy the research around those. Those are great. I want to also continue doing buddy fellowship reads with fellow booktubers. I think those are fun. I want to continue to do trail videos. I do a lot of walking. I might as well talk while I'm out there about books and book-related materials, so be on the lookout for more of those, as well as channel updates. I'm definitely going to continue with the cadence that I'm on with weekly and monthly updates. I think those are key. Some of you all probably don't tune into every little thing, and you probably check out more of the weekly and monthly updates, and that's great. And so I definitely like doing those and kind of giving you a summarization of how the week or month has went. Obviously, book hauls. I'm going to continue to do those if my wife doesn't kill me. So be on the lookout for that. There will be one this week, so spoiler. And the Let Me Know series. That is a new series. I recently posted a video yesterday in regards to that, about book hype and does it help or harm. I think those video series really provokes a lot of discussion, which I find fascinating, and I just like pose those kind of rhetorical type questions out there to get various perspectives, because there's really no right or wrong answer, because we're all individuals when it comes to reading and what we like and what we prefer and preference. But at the same time, I really enjoy the feedback and the engagement. So, and things I want to start, obviously more top list videos. I have some ideas for that. Just, here's my top X or my top Y or my top Z. I started to do a little bit of that. I think I did a top novella from Stephen King type list, some top books in, various genres, just stuff like that. Obviously, I want to try to maybe start a series kind of from the shelf, where I pull down a book and talk about it, whether I've read it or I haven't read it, and give you kind of just a quick take. I also, speaking of quick takes, I also thought about possibly maybe intermingling that with like a quick take series where I do just a real quick, 1 minute, 2 minute video where I give you kind of a quick take about a book or a genre or that kind of thing. And then lastly, I want to possibly get my mom on the channel. My mom reads a lot of books as well. She definitely picks stuff from the library. I give her recommendations. When she gets through with something, she lets me know. She recently read The Outsider by Stephen King. Was her first foray into Holly Gibney, and she enjoyed that. I gave her the most recent book from my book haul. I picked up a Michael Connelly, the first book in the Harry Bosch series. I gave that to her to try out. So I want to try to get my mom on the channel and do a review. I got to really twist her arm and talk her into it, though. But anyways, those are my goals for 2025. It seems like an absolute ton, but I do think there's wriggle room. Obviously, again, there's a specific list of things I want to finish in 2025 from a reading perspective, things I want to continue, and there's some things I would like to sprinkle in and start. So I feel like the list is pretty ambitious, but at the same time, doable. So I hope you're having a great Tuesday. I know this isn't the most glamorous and most thought-provoking video in terms of BookTube, but I wanted to give you an idea of what's on the horizon for the coming year, even though it's months in advance. So I hope you're having a great Tuesday. I will talk to you later. Thanks.